Okay, Couple Havoc number 2. This is part 2 of the Trump video. There's a blooper reel before this video because I thought I was on TikTok. Again. So this is part 2. And we're going to talk about me being in court for that ass whooping. You know, I think I might be able to give y'all a monologue Monday with what I just did. But I'm going to be sitting in court. I'm a white man who beat the living crap out of another white man who literally licked me in the face and told me that he was going to date my daughter in 10 years. This is for you Trump supporters, because somehow or another y'all don't seem to find that unacceptable. It is very fucking unacceptable and inappropriate for another grown-ass man to look a grown man in the face and say, you have a very pretty daughter. How old is she? Oh, she's 8? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. That's beyond shock value. That's dangerous territory right there. And if I was that white man, which is where I left off at, I'd beat the brakes off that motherfucker. So back to where I left off at, how do you break a man's lip? Because that's exactly what the judge and them are going to be saying. We need to know, Mr. Smith, how in the fuck did you break a lip? And not just one lip, you broke both his lips. We got it. You broke his jaw with the first hit. You broke all of his ribs with the next two. You broke his knees, his elbows, his collarbone. You broke his hip. You broke his fucking femur. You broke every bone in that man's body that could be broken. But then you topped it off with breaking his lip. Is he still breathing? Yep. Fuck. I didn't collapse a lung. Mr. Smith, do you not understand the damage that you've done to this man? Your Honor, do I look like I give a fuck? This man literally told me he was basically going to fuck my daughter in front of me with a red hot poker and no Vaseline. He literally just told me that shit. And I'm on trial for defending my daughter because some grown-ass rich fucking pervert decided that he was going to tell me to my face, I'll be having sex with your daughter in 10 years. I know what dating involves. It involves going to the movies and penetrating my daughter on some level or another because you got money. Well, hopefully I taught my daughter a valuable lesson about fucking rich men and their fucking money. So, he won't be doing nothing else because I'll be in jail. But by the time he gets through all the healing and the therapy, I'll be out of jail. Because what y'all gonna do? You gonna sentence me to life for defending my child when a grown-ass man is out here looking at 14-year-old girls in the fucking Miss USA pageant and telling y'all he ain't seeing nothing, eyes wide the fuck open, but he covering one eye, but the other eye's open because this eye's also open, so any girl on this side he can see, any girl on this side he can see, and y'all think it's okay for him to tell a man who has his 8-year-old daughter in a mall going down an escalator, this motherfucker gonna tell me that my daughter is very pretty and he gonna be fucking her in 10 years. Now he said he'll be dating her in 10 years. Well, somewhere along the line when you're dating, fucking is involved. I'll be goddamn while there's breath in my body if I'm gonna let this rich prick get away with this shit. Therefore, not only did I break every bone in his body, I broke his motherfucking lip. Both of them. Now, whatever y'all intend to sentence me on, I'm more than willing to do the time for the shit. As long as my daughter has no contact with that motherfucker. You make sure you order that shit when you lock me the fuck up for however long it be. That I'm pressing charges too. I want no contact nowhere near this motherfucker. I want a restraining order for this motherfucker until he stops breathing. And anytime he looks or contacts her in any way, shape, or form, whether it be social media, cell phones, all that shit, he is to be locked up for fucking life. Especially if y'all about to lock me up for life. Well, the verdict is really quite simple, Mr. Smith, but we're not going to lock you up for life. We kind of all understand that because there's fucking 4 women on this verdict. Yeah, and they've all sided with you. 2 of the men were white, and they decided with him, and the other white men decided with you because they all got girl dads. Which is exactly how it should have played out. That ain't how it happened. This man who was white either wasn't paying attention or just didn't give a fuck about his daughter. And I can guarantee you, let that have been me. Let that shit have been me. This motherfucker would have never made it out that mall about any other way than fucking ambulance. Now, I ain't got no kids, but I got a whole bunch of nieces. I got 5 sisters, and they've had daughters. Anybody would have said some shit like that to me in front of those girls, I've been going to jail that day. If I'm walking my nieces anywhere and somebody talk about some really cute nieces, I'll be dating them in 10 years. No, you won't. Because the only thing you can be dating from this second on is a fucking hospital bed. Because I'm putting you in the goddamn ground. That's a child. You don't walk to an 8-year-old child and say, that's a beautiful child, I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. That's fucking insane. That's beyond child molestation right there. It's a fucking confession of child molestation. That's a confession that I'm going to groom your daughter. No, especially after I beat the brakes out this motherfucker and break both of his lips. No, this motherfucker is setting my daughter up fucking to be groomed so that he can have sex with her anytime, any place, anywhere. Not while I'm breathing, which is why that white man could have prevented all that shit that day in that escalator. And then same thing with the rallies. The same thing with the rallies where they outside and the man looking at, you have a pretty young daughter. How old is she? Oh, she's 10. Okay, I'll be dating her in 8 years. Right then and there. Right then and there, yo. No, you won't. No, you fucking won't, buddy. You're not going to be nowhere near my motherfucking kid. Nowhere. And anybody who has a problem with what I'm saying, you are the problem. You are exactly the fucking problem. If you're going to let somebody who was probably my age then, since he's like 70-something now, and probably when with the 92 I was, it's like 17, 18, maybe, yeah, 17, 18, somewhere in there. If I'm a 30-year-old man walking my daughter in the mall, and a 40-something-year-old man or a 50-something-year-old man is admiring my daughter and telling me to my face that he's going to be dating her in 10 years, you can't tell me that's not grounds for an ass whooping. And if you think that it's not grounds for an ass whooping, you're the fucking problem. You're the reason why he's sitting in office. But sooner or later, it's going to be your daughter. It's going to be your friend. It's going to be your cousin. It's going to be your niece that this motherfucker has targeted. And you going to sit there and tell me, that's cool. We're going to let this man get my daughter's vagina. She's 8. This motherfucker's stalking my kid. She's fucking 8. And y'all don't have a problem with that? And you Trump supporters didn't have a problem with it back in the 90s. You didn't have a problem with it in the rallies. You are the reason. And if your daughters are on his target list, you don't have the right to say shit. You literally do not have the right to say shit. Because you're sitting here and approving this man grabbing women by the pussies, walking in on 14-year-old girls. I ain't seeing nothing. The girls came out. They literally said out that this perverted bastard was doing this shit. And y'all, instead of siding with the girls, just like the TLC song, y'all gonna believe his story over theirs. And that's the way it is until it's your kid. That's the way it is until it's your kid. So when it's your fucking kid that Trump has admired at 8, 6, 3, and decide, oh, I'm gonna be fucking your daughter in 15 years because she's 3, and 15 years, 15 plus 3 is 18. She's 10 years old, in 8 years she'll be 18. She's 6 years old, in 12 years she'll be 18. Do I need to keep doing this for you? Do I need to keep pointing out the fact that y'all voted in a sick fucking freak? And y'all don't have a problem with that? Do I need to keep bringing up Lena Medina, who's the 6-year-old girl who was raped by her daddy, who had a baby at 6 years old by C-section because they thought it was a tumor? And Lena didn't say nothing, but her daddy was spooning her ass every goddamn chance he got. And then she had a baby. And this motherfucker wants to take away your freedom of speech, because this video could get me locked up for freedom of speech. He wants to take away Native American birthright citizenship. He wants to remove the Native Americans from military history. He wanted to remove black people from military history. He went after all the blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Mexicans in Arlington, men and women. And y'all ain't say nothing. Remove Jackie Robinson from the fucking Military Hall of Fame. All that shit. And y'all support this shit and y'all claim y'all not racist. So let that shit sink in. let it sink in for all you Trump supporters who stay or go. Your logic is fucked up. Because if you think that it's okay for any grown man, regardless of color, to look at your daughter and she's 8 years old and say, I'll be dating her in 8 years, and you do absolutely nothing. You say absolutely fucking nothing. And let's say he do catch your daughter by herself before she's 18. He done already groomed her. Y'all let it happen. Y'all think the shit's okay. You support the shit. And now he's got your daughter by the testicles and the vagina and doing everything he wants to her, because instead of you jumping off the goddamn escalator and throwing this motherfucker a beating that you should have, here he is. Your 14-year-old daughters are in the fucking Miss Teen USA. He's the only man allowed in the room when there shouldn't be no goddamn man allowed in the room with these 14-year-old girls getting the little bras on and the little underwear and the butt glue and shit, so that when they walk out on stage to present themselves for all these grown-ass perverts in their gowns, in their bathing suits, and I play the flute, I play the piano, I sing, I go to church. All these beautiful young girls, there's going to be beautiful young women, got this fucking 47-year-old pervert in 1990 something or another going in and doing all this crazy shit. I ain't seen nothing. I'm going to Google something real quick. Let me get off of these pretendians real fast, because yes, I can actually multitask. Now, I'm going to Google something real fucking quick, and I'm going to show it to y'all. When was the last Miss Teen USA pageant? 2024 in Mississippi. Why wasn't it televised? Because I never saw it. And I'm barely off TV. Who owns the Miss Teen USA pageant? It's organized from JKN Global Sense something or another. And it apparently is managed by Christian Stewart. So apparently I'm behind the buttload on that. Is Donald Trump still involved in the Miss Teen USA pageant? No. Donald Trump is no longer involved in the Miss Teen USA pageant anymore. He owned the teen pageant in 1996 to 2015. Sold it in 2015 to WEM IMG and 2022 JKN because of the accusations from the 90s. No. So my dates is a tiny bit off, but I'll show you where it says he no longer owns it. Yeah. But all those 14-year-old girls, they said something about it. Where's the 14-year-old girls who mentioned Trump looking at them while they were naked in the dressing room? Timeline creepiness while he owned the Miss Universe pageant. Let's see. The allegations about Trump and Miss Teen USA contestants. Stand up for facts. It's $15 a month, so I gotta go somewhere else because I ain't paying $15. But y'all can Google that shit. Okay, let's go to the Yahoo thing. Peeping Don, ex-beauty queen says, burst in while contestants were changing. Let me make sure y'all can see that. It's also on Inside Edition. So that confirms the shit that I was saying. The GOP nominee Donald Trump likely walked through the dressing rooms unannounced in the Miss USA pageant. It's also been said that he did it in the Miss Teen pageant, but you know, I'll show it right there. No. So let me recap to y'all about the fact that I didn't know about this, but in 2005 he bragged to Howard Stern about going backstage. Does this not make y'all worry? I mean, like, at all? But y'all leave my channel when I say something about this shit. No. Okay, here we go. Reportedly did the same to Miss Teen USA contestant in 1997. Mariah Bildo, who was Miss Vermont. Oh, I'm going to show you this shit. Said Trump told the Starlight girls, "Don't worry, ladies, I haven't seen it all. I've seen it all before." BuzzFeed Inside Edition reaches out to the campaign. "Oh, don't worry. I tell you, I give you 99.9. See, I read it. I read it first. All right? Just get that up there close enough. Let me get out of this chair. It's backwards, so you're going to have to pause the video, put a mirror to the scene. But it literally says, Trump reportedly did the same thing at Miss Teen USA contested in 1997. Mariah, M-A-R-I-A-H, like Mariah Carey, Bildo, B-I-L-L-A-D-O, was Miss Vermont, said Trump told the Starlet girls, "Don't worry, ladies, I've seen it all before." According to BuzzFeed. Right there. So for all you people who support this motherfucker, if he's doing that to teenage girls, and he literally told a grown-ass man, "I'm going to be dating your daughter in 10 years. That's your president. That's the president that you voted for. Instead of voting for a woman that can make a damn difference, you voted for a fucking sick, insane man who literally told another grown-ass man to his face, "I'm going to be dating your daughter in 10 years. And y'all don't have a problem with it. So that's why I have a problem with y'all. Y'all don't have a fucking problem with it. Literally, this man has told another man that, I'm going to date your daughter in 10 years. So when I fed that fucking scenario to y'all about this motherfucker going after fucking... I'd hurt him real bad if I was a white man that day. Specifically, that white man on the escalator. This motherfucker would have never seen an election day if I had been the fucking white man on that escalator. But he telling me my daughter is yay so old and he gonna be dating her in 10 motherfucking years. And y'all don't seem to have a problem with it. Y'all don't seem to have a fucking problem with it at all. And that's a problem. And I know y'all might not like what I'm saying because I'm only giving you 99.9, but I literally just showed you the shit on this phone. Like, literally showed it to you. And y'all don't have a fucking problem with it. Y'all don't fucking have a problem with it. And then you'll leave my page because you don't want to hear it or you don't want to believe it. And that's fine. I'm not mad that you leave my page. I'm mad that you don't have a problem with this man telling another grown-ass man that he is going to fucking be dating an 8-year-old in 10 years. Teen USA pageant girls have come out and said this shit. And y'all still don't have a problem with it. My little half-breed mentions it on the internet, and I'm a piece of fucking filth. Made 2 videos about it. Letting y'all know that had I been the white man that day, that this man comes out of his mouth talking about you have a very beautiful daughter. I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. And y'all don't have a problem with that. Y'all literally don't have a problem with it. I got a problem with it. I literally got a problem with it because of the fact that y'all don't have a problem with it. And it makes no kind of goddamn sense that none of y'all who support this man seem to have a fucking issue with this man in his fucking late 40s talking to another grown-ass man about dating this man's daughter when she turns like 10 years from now, and y'all don't have a problem with it. That's just a fucking problem. This is a big-time fucking problem when you can get up on this damn social media and any outlet, any video whatsoever, and just not think, this man has said some asinine shit to other grown people, and for some reason, he gets a pass. He gets a pass at telling other grown men that he could be dating their daughter in 10 damn years. He gets a pass. He gets a motherfucking pass. You know. And y'all don't seem to have an issue with that. You know, y'all don't have an issue with it. And I do. I have a fucking issue with it. I have an issue with this motherfucker doing this shit. And y'all don't have an issue with it. Like, at all. Y'all don't have an issue with this shit. But, I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to ask you, how fucked up is your moral compass that you are willing to vote in this racist, this human walking pig who literally says what he's going to do to your face and does it, and it's like, it's nothing. It's nothing. No, it's nothing. The fact that y'all don't give a fuck and that you still support this shit is fucking unacceptable. It's fucking completely unacceptable. On so many levels of unacceptableness, it's unacceptable. You know. And the fact that no one has said a damn thing. Like, at all. No one has said a goddamn thing. At all. About the shit. Nobody. And then he wants to be king. And he had a No Kings protest that we all attended, that could attend it. Somebody in Virginia plowed through some more people. And I'm in Virginia. I didn't attend any protests because I had to do other things. And then you got everybody jumping for joy. And then he had that fucked up ass parade. No. Y'all are cheering this man on. So I made a joke. Make him king. Make him king. A king with no power and no money. It's pretty much the gist of it. But understand this. In the unlikely event that he does become king with power and money, it's going to work out just fine for about 1 year. And when he starts coming after the white people, the poor white people, not the rich white people, because it's going to be billionaires that's going to have more money than this poor ass king will ever have. It's going to be poor white people. Mark my motherfucking words. I totally called it before. I'll call it again, because we all know that bullshit fight with him and Elon ain't real. But I'll say it. He's going to get the right white family. Pray it ain't you. He's going to fuck with the wrong white family. And just like all kingdoms before him, they are always taken down by people who look just like them. He's going to fuck around with the right white family. And his kingdom will fall. And y'all won't cheer now, but you will cheer later. Because it won't be long before it's your daughter he's looking at and saying, I'll be dating her when she's 18 now. If he can still find enough Blue Chew and Viagra to do it. Matter of fact, let me bring this to you before I end this video. What happens if he becomes king and decides, we're going to start kidnapping little white girls? They're not going to kidnap black girls. They're not going to kidnap native girls. They're not going to kidnap Asian girls or Mexican girls or Latin girls or Hispanic girls unless they're white Hispanic. He's going to kidnap white girls. Handmaid's Tale. He's not going to let anybody else touch your daughters but him and Barron. That's it. And y'all gonna sit here and allow it to happen because there'll be nothing you can do. Him and the fucking lawyer lady already said they're gonna take all of our guns. I'm blessed in that because I don't have a gun. And I can hurt people with these. What can you do when all you know is the barrel of your shotty? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. He's already weaponized the military against us. He showed that with the National Guard and the Marines. The difference maker is that the Marines legally can't use against American citizens. And neither can any other branch of the armed forces. The National Guard has that loophole because they're not only government, they're also state. I know this because I was a member of the National Guard. So only if it declares martial law can the National Guard actually be used on normal American citizens. But the rest of the military cannot. And as a person, let me make sure that we're clear, because I have served. This is my CAT card, my government name, and this is my veterans card. There's no stolen valor here. And unlike TikTok, I can actually show it without fucking having the video blocked. Because I consent to what I'm doing here, and if you're not 18, you're not going to be seeing this shit. As a member of the National Guard, there's some loopholes that can be used. But as for the rest of the military, you legally, and even the National Guard, you do not have to obey that order. It is unlawful. It is against the law. It is against the Constitution. It is against the Geneva Convention for the military of said country to be used on said people. Now, that works in America. I can't speak for Russia. I can't speak for Ukraine. I can't speak for Japan or China, except for Japan basically belongs to us. But other countries have utilized the military against its people. We all remember Tiananmen Square. And if you don't, you can go Google Tiananmen Square. That happened in the 80s. Well, one man held up against a fucking tank. Literally, the bravest man on the planet, a Chinaman, stood in front of a tank. Almost like this. By his goddamn self. So go ahead and Google Tiananmen Square. Because if Trump becomes king, that's what he wants. And you dumb fucks that voted for him, voted for him. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. If you don't like this video or what I said, I gave you 99.9 as I always do. If you don't like a truth teller, I'm probably not the guy you should follow. I expect to lose a whole lot of followers from these 2 videos, and that's okay. That door is always open. You are always welcome to come back. I do not judge you because you voted for Trump. I judge you because of your moral compass and you decided to vote for a rapist and a racist. Now, you may not agree with that because you might have the same skin tone as Trump. You very well may be a European American or a white person, whatever you want to call yourself, and you're okay with this shit. Stay tuned for part 3. Yeah. I haven't even gotten to the untold videos